What's going on, everyone? My name is Miles. Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I want to address those guys who comment on Twitter pages like Apex Legends and immediately say dead game.
Wait till you see the no.
I'm sure you guys have seen this before. Maybe you're even the one doing it. But for a lot of you that don't know Apex Legends statistics, you may have not heard about the EA earnings call that just happened a couple months ago, and it actually released some statistics about the incline of Apex. Yes, the incline, not the decline. Apex is not actually a dying game, and a lot of people that just say it's a dying game are usually either one of two people: A, Fortnite supporters, or B, people who are bad at the game. So on screen now you'll see a statistic that actually came out a few weeks ago about Apex Legends hitting 70 million players, and this was just from March. So March they actually hit 50 million players, and then here in October they hit 70 million players, which is a really big jump. And if you look at Gnome or go over any statistics as far as like Twitch viewership, you'll see a bunch of red numbers and a bunch of decline. But the reason it's that way is because they actually hit 10 million players in just the first 3 days. And the reason you'll see a constant decline on like Gnome and Twitch viewership is because it had such a good start to where now that it's balanced itself out and now that it's got its normal viewership, it's going to show a lot of red numbers because it's expecting the average of what it once had when the game first came out. But as far as the player base actually goes across all platforms, PS4, Xbox, and PC, the player base are constantly inclining and constantly increasing every single day. And that's really good news for Apex because that allows Apex to really branch out and do a lot of things in the future. That's why they've already announced the Apex mobile app coming. That's why Apex is coming over to Steam. It's also why Respawn is able to give out $3 million in prize pool earnings just for this new Apex Legends global major tournament. And I can guarantee you that the game that wins the best multiplayer game award at the Golden Joysticks Awards is definitely not a dying game, because just after 9 months of it coming out of its initial release, it's already won an award for the best multiplayer game. And I have said this so many times on my channel, but I think Apex Legends 10-year plan is really good because I really think Apex can stick around for that long. Like I said, we already know it's not declining, it's not dying, it's not a dying game whatsoever. But when we look at a game like Fortnite, we really have to question. Fortnite is dying, and there's no doubt about it. The numbers are constantly decreasing. Not only are they decreasing, but also it seems like every single season, every single update just gets worse and worse, and people just start hating the game even more. So the reason I think Fortnite is starting to turn out that way is because I'm starting to realize that they don't have entire control to change the meta and change the game like Apex does or League of Legends does. And a big reason I think League of Legends has always been so popular, if you've ever noticed that the map really has not changed much for League, and nothing has really drastically changed other than the fact that they've changed characters or changed champions or added new ones, and the meta has changed because of that, stuff like that. But the game itself has not changed, and like the map for League of Legends is still very similar to when it was first released, and the game has been out for years. And so that just goes to show you that you don't have to change the map all the time to get a lot of attention and a lot of popularity. Now it can be good and it is necessary at some times, but it just goes to show you that it's not that dependent on that. It's more dependent on the actual game itself. And the reason people are constantly playing League, the reason League has been so successful for so long, is because Riot really has control to just change the game, change the meta whenever they want. And that's what Apex is, because all of these legends have different abilities, different mobility, different tactics. Every legend brings something different to the table, and there's different metas of combinations of who people decide to run and what they decide to do as a team and with their abilities, since everyone's different. That's why Apex, I think, is going to be a long-lasting game. And the only thing Fortnite can really do is either add a new weapon or nerf a weapon or buff a weapon, and after a long time you start to get way too many weapons and it just gets really aggravating. So it's really good to hear that Apex is not dying, and I don't plan for it to start dying anytime soon or really to ever die. It's going to take a long time for the game to die. I mean, just look at League. Look how long League has lasted. I really believe that Apex has that potential to last that long. And so that's going to be really good news for us, and especially for the future of Apex, because that's going to allow them to branch out, bring more servers. They've already talked about bringing more servers, and I know a lot of you guys say that you're from Singapore or all these other places, and some of you say that you don't have servers. I met someone from Jamaica the other day that said they didn't have servers, and they had to play on like NA servers, and it was kind of laggy sometimes. So it'll be really good to see them actually bring more servers servers in the future. And so that's really good news. And the only way they're able to do this is because the game is not dying. The game is actually going up, it's increasing, and that's good news, especially for all of you guys who love the game, including myself. But that's gonna be it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to leave it a thumbs up. Also subscribe to the channel if you want to see more Apex Legends daily videos. I'm trying to say this as fast as I can so I can be really cool, and the outro can be absolutely banger. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.